guys, it's November 3rd. It's about a little after 2 in the afternoon. I just got set up down here in Delaware. Just shot that buck 2 days ago, right here. It was like right there. I wasn't planning on hunting at all today, but last night, with about 20 minutes of shooting light left, over here in front of me, on the bait, there was like big 8-pointer, probably 4.5-year-old deer. Mid 120s, maybe 130. Really solid deer, like really big deer for us. And then last night, I think it was like 11 p.m., there was a stud of an 8-pointer, different buck. He's definitely 130 or better. He might be mid 130s. Huge deer. And there was a pretty nice 3-year-old 8-pointer here, about the size of the one I shot, maybe a tad bigger. That was like late morning yesterday, and then after dark, I'm not sure if it was the same one or it might have been a different one. He was like, I think it was like 2 a.m. or something. And there was another nice 8-pointer in here, a bunch of little bucks, a bunch of does. Should see plenty of deer, and hopefully a nice buck comes in. I mean, there's gonna be does here on this corn, so it should be perfect. Just hopefully a big deer comes in. I'm gonna try to hold out for one of the big ones, but I don't know if I can pass up a nice 3-year-old buck. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Kind of decide in the moment, but stay tuned. The wind is pretty good. Most of the deer come from the north, and it's like a northeast wind, so the buck I shot came from the south. That's the only deer I've ever seen come from that direction. We had a cold front come through Friday night into Saturday morning. Dropped like 20 degrees, and it still really wasn't that cold. It was just really hot on Friday. But had the deer moving yesterday, so it's a little bit cooler today yet. I think it's a high of 58 down here, so it'll probably be down to 55, 54 by the time it gets dark, so I'm thinking they'll be moving. It was pretty slow this evening. I saw one button buck and like a gazillion squirrels, but I don't know why the deer weren't moving this evening. Maybe they were just moving somewhere else. I don't know. Might try it again tomorrow. We'll see. It's November 5th. It's election day. Came down here to Delaware again this morning, the same spot we've been hunting. There's a pretty solid 8-pointer has been showing up. He was here yesterday morning around 7. And then Jake saw him yesterday evening right at dark and couldn't get a shot at him. As soon as I got set up this morning, I had a bunch of deer around me in the dark. And then they kind of moved off by the time it got daylight. And I had 2 young ones come into the corn. They fed for a little bit. Then I had a big doe by herself behind me. I thought maybe I'd see a buck following her or something, but never did then. And she probably went up and bedded up in here. But it's about 7:30 now, and about 10 minutes ago, I just had a buck come by at 18 yards. Looks like a 2 or 3 year old deer. He's like a big deer, but his horns are busted off at the bases. He has like this much horn sticking up on either side. It's pretty foggy this morning. It's about 48 degrees. So it's kind of warm. It could be a little cooler, but they're still moving a little. I'm going to sit in here until about 11 o'clock. Then I'm going to get down and I got to drive home to vote. Just real quick, back down here in Delaware this morning. It is November 9th. I have a really good wind for this spot. It seems to be a pretty good steady wind this morning. Usually it's swirling, but it's pretty steady today. 10 to 15 mile an hour. I was kind of able to sneak in here a little better with the leaves rustling and stuff in the wind. I think I snuck in here a little better than usual, but there's squirrels running around all over the place. I already saw one buck. It's the buck that I saw last time I was here. I have a bunch of pictures of him. It's like a nice 2 or 3 year old buck, but both of his horns are busted off. It's about 42 degrees this morning. Still could be a little colder, but it's better than 60 degrees like the other day. So there's been nice buck cruising through here pretty much every day, morning and evening. So there's a couple big ones around. So this time of year you never know. So we'll just kind of see what happens this morning. Well, it was kind of slow this morning. Saw 4 deer. than nothing, but I was hoping to see a couple buck cruising, but the only one was that busted off one. And then I saw, I think it was a button buck, and then those two doe. Something chased those two doe, but I never saw anything. They kept looking back. I never saw any other deer or anything, so probably gonna come back down here Monday morning and try it again. There's definitely plenty of buck in the area, so see if we can get something done then. Alright, I'm back down here in Delaware. It is Sunday, November 10th. I wasn't planning on hunting today. We had some plans this afternoon that got canceled. And hunted yesterday morning in here, saw that broke off buck and 3 doe. There wasn't much movement, but yesterday afternoon there was a good bit of movement. There was some does over here on the bait, and there was a big mature 7-pointer. He was kind of tall with like, he's kind of like a compact rack, but he's heavy. It's a really nice deer. It's a really cool deer. We've had pictures of him before, but never in the daytime. He came in about half hour before quitting time, and after dark there was a couple different buck in here. There's 2 that I would shoot, pretty nice 2 or 3 year olds, and seems like there's different buck coming in through here every evening, usually the last half hour, 45 minutes or so. But walking in here, I had a little buck run right up to me, 20 yards, and then he saw me and took off, and then I was putting some corn out over here, and I had another buck run past me. It was different. He's like a little bit bigger, but not a shooter. And I have a deer back here. I think I hear it coming towards me. I think it was just a doe, but it rained on my way in, which we had a quick passing shower, which like timed perfectly when I walk in. It really covered my noise really well. And it's supposed to start raining a little after 5 o'clock, so I'm really thinking these deer are going to be moving before the rain. And I have an iffy wind, but I sprayed some nose jammer and I sprayed down really well. And the wind kind of swirls in here anyways. It never goes the way that it's supposed to. But yeah, I have a good feeling about tonight. I think we're going to see some deer. I think we'll see some buck cruising. I already saw 2 bucks, so hopefully there's some a little bit bigger ones coming through before dark. So I have today and maybe tomorrow yet on my rutcation. Not sure if I'll get out tomorrow or not, but yeah, hopefully we can get something done here. So stay tuned. All right. Holy crap, that was crazy. I thought I wasn't gonna get a shot at him. He was at the bait for over 20 minutes. This camera turned off. And the other one, I kept having to turn it off and back on because he wasn't moving. He was just standing there. He was perfectly broadside, but I needed him to take like 4 steps out. And at one point, like when he turned to walk away, right before that, like he was out enough. He cleared the brush that I could shoot, but I couldn't see him on the camera. And I just assumed that he was gonna walk out farther. And then he never did. He suddenly just turned and started walking back the way he came. I was like, crap. And then he went over and like worked a scrape over there. Then he started angling towards me a little, and then he turned like he was gonna walk right in this clearing, like 18 yards broadside. And then I think he smelled where I walked in, and he kind of skirted around that. And I have a hole back there at 25. I had the camera set up at that hole at 25 to try to shoot him right there. And I think he smelled again where I walked in or something. And he started stomping, and then he was like walking back. And I have one hole at 30. That's like the only shot I would have had. And it's the only spot I have to shoot over that way. And he walked, like he looked like he was gonna walk right in there. So I set the camera up right there. I didn't get zoomed in very well. Not sure how well I got the shot on camera, but it should have been on there. Yeah, he walked in that hole. I drew back. I think I stopped him. I forget, but it's been a while since I shot a deer at more than 20 yards. But yeah, I settled in. I felt really good. Settled in real good. And squeezed it off. The shot felt good and looked like it hit him right below the shoulder. I think it was a tad low, but he was quartered away, and I think he might have slightly turned before the arrow hit him. But honestly, if I had to guess, I would say it was a hard shot. Minimum would be like single long, but he ran up there like. I hear another deer coming in, but I'm not going to shoot anything else today. But he ran up there. He ran towards my truck. I mean, he maybe ran like 30 yards, and then I just heard a bunch of crashing and thrashing, and it didn't sound like it was getting farther away. It just sounded like it was all in one spot, and then it was quiet. And then I heard him like one more time, just a little bit, and then it was quiet. So I'm thinking he's probably down. I mean, if he ran off and I didn't hear the crashing, I would be a little concerned. But I think he's down. I'm gonna watch the shot again on the camera. I'll show it to you guys again. I'll try to zoom in the best I can, but I'm hoping we're tagged out here in Delaware. We'll see here in a minute. Well guys, I just watched the footage back, and it looked like I hit him low, so I just ranged it here, and it actually was 35 yards. First time I ranged it, I don't know if I had a stick or something, it said 32, so I just jumped for 30. 35 yards. I'd say it was definitely a little low, but he ducked. He kind of ducked and turned, and it seemed like he ducked into it, and it looked like put it right there in the heart, if I had to guess. And I think it lodged in the opposite shoulder, I believe. So, I mean, everything's looking good to me so far. Alright guys, down on the ground here, I just walked up to where he was standing. I can see where he like kicked the leaves away when he ran, and right away there's blood,
It's like darker blood, not like lung frothy blood. So I'm pretty sure I heart punched him, and he should be laying right up here. I mean, I can see the blood going just about as far as I can see. There's blood, so pretty sure I heard him crash up there. So we'll just pick up the blood trail, follow it just to be sure, and pretty sure we got him. Looks like good heart blood. Just a little bit of hair. You can kind of see it going up through there. Oh yeah, guys, it's just all over. And it's splattered everywhere. Over here, all the way over here. It's all over the place. Pretty sure I didn't get a pass through it. The arrow was sticking out pretty far. I think I hit opposite shoulder, so. I mean, look at that. It's just painted. Holy cow, guys, look at this. This is insane. It's always harder to see it on the camera, but I mean, it's just everywhere. I thought he crashed up in here somewhere. I didn't think he went too far. I mean, this is crazy. I can't believe he made it this far. Look at all that. It's just splattered everywhere. Where's he at? Good thing is he's running towards the truck. So that'll save me half my drag. Broke off. Didn't get a ton of penetration there. Probably slipped out a little. That's not a whole lot. I'm sure it came out some. But or it might have broke off kind of inside him a little more if his leg broke it. But I think I just got in there just enough to hit him in the heart. Looked like he was stumbling right here pretty good. Can't be much farther. Oh yeah, he like stumbled over into this stuff. It's a nice road. Oh, there he is. Right there. Where'd the blood go? Oh, he went over that way. This is all that crashing I heard. Yes. It's dandy. Oh wow, looks like he was hit. Somebody else hit him or clipped him, or maybe a buck gored him there. Oh, let's roll him over and take a look at this shot. Oh yeah. 7-pointer. So one I figured I had the best chance of getting in here today. He was all over the cameras yesterday. He was maybe slightly quartered away. I was aiming probably here. And I was shooting for 30, he was 35. So I probably would have hit like here. But he ducked into it probably 2 inches. Heart punched him. It's a low shot. Right there's the entry. Definitely heart punched him. And he dropped and turned away. Probably ran up in him. Perfect. It's awesome. Might be a 2-year-old deer. I don't know if he'd be 2 or 3 down. Probably 2 down here. Alright guys, here he is. Nice 7-pointer. Had pictures of this book a couple evenings ago. Like 45 minutes before dark, he came in to the bait, hit the bait for a little bit. But haven't had him on camera during the day, mostly at nighttime. He was here at nighttime a couple times, and then last night he was here like all night long. Just kept coming into the bait. And then and that was all in the dark, and then like early this morning, so figured he was bedded nearby. This is the kind of place you just never know what kind of buck you're gonna see. But figured he was probably my best chance this evening for a decent buck. So on another note, I actually shot at a doe with my bow here last Wednesday. Went to the spot. There wasn't many bucks there. I just wanted to shoot a doe, just shoot another deer, and had a doe come in on me too close, and then she saw me, spooked, and finally got a shot at her at like 18 yards. I just have a ladder stand there, and didn't lean over far enough, hit my cam on the ladder stand, dinged up the cam, took it to Lancaster Archery. My buddy Jeremy was going to help me out, and he noticed that my limb was slightly cracked. There's like a sliver coming off the side. He told me not to use it, and just kind of was weighing out my options, and didn't listen to him like I should have, of course. But I was going to take the crossbow out because I don't have a backup bow. I was going to take the crossbow, and just didn't really have a desire to, take the crossbow. I was like, I want to finish the season with my bow, or at least, finish through the rut here. I'm sorry, it was Tuesday night that I hit my cam on the stand. Wednesday went to Lancaster Archery. Wednesday night, didn't know what to do. Woke up Thursday morning, didn't even know where I wanted to go hunting, and I didn't know if I was taking my bow or the crossbow. Decided to go to that spot where I shot the buck, took my bow, shot the buck with the bow, and then brought my bow here yesterday morning. Brought my bow here yesterday morning. Figured it'd be good for, one more shot, and didn't have any luck yesterday morning. Brought it again tonight. I was like, if I could just finish out my rutcation with it, that'd be good enough. And this is going to be the last hunt with this bow. I've killed my 6th biggest deer with this bow. A lot of hunts with this thing. I didn't take the best care of it, but gonna dedicate this hunt to this bow. I bought it in 2016. I've probably killed 30 deer with it. I spent a lot of time in a tree with this bow, and 35-yard heart shot on a nice buck, I think it's a good way to go out. I think, hate to do it, but I think I'm going to hang her up this year while it's still all intact. I don't want to keep shooting and bust it up. But yeah, definitely not going to get rid of it. Definitely a lot of sentimental value there. Going to keep the bow and hang her up on the wall. Yeah, so back to the deer. It's a nice 7-pointer. It's probably 17 inches wide. A little bit of mass, not heavy, but might be a 3-year-old. Not sure if he'd be 2 or 3 down here. So this is my 3rd buck in 10 days. Bow hunting the rut. Killed on November 1st down here, November 7th in PA, and now November 10th here today. Sunday buck. This is my 2nd ever Sunday buck. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed these last 3 crazy hunts here for my rutcation. But now it's time for Jake to start laying them out. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break here. Got to go back to work, and there's not much to do this season. I got 3 buck down. Might hunt Maryland a little bit, maybe with a gun or something, but I mean, I'm plenty happy for this season. Couldn't have asked for much more. So time for Jake to start laying them out. I might try to put some doe down, and then, like I said, might go down to Maryland gun hunting or something. So y'all stay tuned to the channel. We'll try to keep bringing them to you. Thank you guys again. Hope you enjoyed it.